Morning. Thank you for joining with me. This is take 2 of our reading today out of A Course in Miracles. This is the Foundation for Inner Peace, 3rd edition. We have 5 dogs, and I had dog issues this morning, so take 2. There will be no interruptions right now. If you'd like to close your eyes and join me for a prayer. Dear Father, please allow me to set aside everything I think I know about everything, about today's reading, about this world, about this book, about my brothers, myself, and you, God. Please allow me an open mind for a new experience. And so it is. Amen. Okay, here we go. We're picking up in chapter 6, the lessons of love, paragraphs 7 through 12. And this is section 4, which is the only answer. Page 102 and 103. So I just want to revisit paragraph 2 where it says, the ego then raised the first question that was ever asked, but one it can never answer. That question, what are you, was the beginning of doubt. Just to refresh your memory before I start reading. In the kingdom where you are and what you are is perfectly certain. There is no doubt because the first question was never asked. Having finally been wholly answered, it has never been. Being alone lives in the kingdom where everything lives in God without question. The time spent on questioning in the dream has given way to creation into its eternity. You are as certain as God because you are as true as He is. But what was once certain in your mind has become only the ability for certainty. The introduction of abilities into being was the beginning of uncertainty, because abilities are potentials, not accomplishments. Your abilities are useless in the presence of God's accomplishments, and also of yours. Accomplishments are results that have been achieved. When they are perfect, abilities are meaningless. It is curious that the perfect must now be perfected. In fact, it is impossible. Remember, however, that when you put yourself in an impossible situation, you believe that the impossible is possible. Abilities must be developed before you can use them. This is not true of anything that God created, but it is the kindest solution possible for what you made. In an impossible situation, you can develop your abilities to the point where they can get you out of it. You have a guide to how to develop them, but you have no commander except yourself. This leaves you in charge of the kingdom, with both a guide to find it and a means to keep it. You have a model to follow who will strengthen your command and never detract from it in any way. You therefore retain the central place in your imagined enslavement, which in itself demonstrates that you are not enslaved. You are in an impossible situation only because you think it is possible to be in one. You would be in an impossible situation if God showed you your perfection and proved to you that you were wrong. This would demonstrate that the perfect are inadequate to bring themselves to the awareness of their perfection, and thus side with the belief that those who have everything need help and are therefore helpless. This is the kingdom of reasoning in which the ego engages. God, who knows that his creations are perfect, does not affront them. This would be as impossible as the ego's notion that it has affronted him. That is why the Holy Spirit never commands. To command is to assume inequality, which the Holy Spirit demonstrates does not exist. Fidelity to premises is a law of mind, and everything God created is faithful to his laws. Fidelity to other laws is also possible. However, not because the laws are true, but because you made them. What would be gained if God proved to you that you have thought insanely? Can God lose his own certainty? I have frequently said that what you teach, you are. Would you have God teach you that you have sinned? If he confronted the self you made with the truth he created for you, what could you be but afraid? You would doubt your right mind, which is the only place where you can find the sanity he gave you. God does not teach. To teach is to imply a lack which God knows is not there. God is not conflicted. Teaching aims at change, but God created only the changeless. The separation was not a loss of perfection, but a failure in communication. A harsh and strident form of communication arose as the ego's voice. It could not shatter the peace of God, but it could shatter yours. God did not blot it out because to eradicate it would be to attack it. Being questioned, he did not answer. Being questioned, he did not question. He merely gave the answer. His answer is your teacher with a capital T. That's the conclusion of section 4 of chapter 6. The only answer, which is your teacher. Being questioned, he did not question. He merely gave the answer. His answer is your teacher with capital T. Okay, now let's go ahead and move into our meditation. If you'd like to close your eyes, we will be reviewing lessons 26 through 30, and I'll just go ahead and repeat them before we move into our silent meditation. Please focus on these as a mantra, or one of these as a mantra, or the mantra of your choice, as you do not cling to any other thought that comes into your mind. Have your back supported, head and neck free, eyes closed. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see differently. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see differently. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see differently. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see differently. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. Go ahead and think of 3 things that you are grateful for. And then let's carry that gratitude and love out into the world today. I thank you for joining here with me today. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.